we're live. He's done the proper 3, 2, 1. Edward thinks he's a film director, but no. We're here on Ask AJ, and it is, what kind of day is it today? I always like to cover the weather a little bit. What kind of day is it, Olivia?
Mixed.
It's
total mixed bag.
Got this morning, and I'd arranged to go in the lake with some friends, and it was absolutely teeming it down. I thought, do you know what? You can't get any wetter, can you? Why weren't you at the lake this morning?
I was in bed, so.
Anybody else was late this morning? Let us know.
I get up at 8:05 for work. I'm a night owl.
She likes her sleep, doesn't she? I like to get up nice and early and get it done for the day, but there was quite a few swimmers this morning down the lake.
Just a few. Still warm though, isn't it? So.
It was really warm. It was what was it? 19 was it? 19, 20 degrees. Yeah, it was really nice. Anyway, Olivia has just started, so we thought, why not throw her onto an Ask AJ? Because that's what you want to do in your first few weeks, don't you, at Ashdown Jones, so throw it in the deep end. So I just said to her, why don't you pretend you're interviewing me, well actually interview me, and ask me some interesting questions. I just hope my answers are as interesting as your questions, but we will see.
I'm sure they will be.
Throw it at me.
So, first question, I guess this is a personal question for me really.
Nice, you want to know the answer.
Advice for someone starting out in the industry.
Well, you're 4 weeks in, you could probably give better advice than I can. Advice for somebody starting in the industry, I would say, don't believe everything you hear, because there's a lot of hype around the estate agency, and so much of it's not true. We've been, Phil and I, between us, have been training and coaching estate agents for over 30 years. I know I don't look old enough, but I am. She laughed then. She actually laughed. But I have heard so many myths, untruths. This is a good one. A house is only worth what somebody's prepared to pay for it. Absolutely not true. A house is worth what an estate agent says it's worth and can prove it's worth. So that is a bit of a myth, but there's a lot of myths. So if somebody's just starting out in estate agency, pick your agency. So we've got the lovely Bella working with us. You've just met her, haven't you? Because she's been off.
Yeah, she's been off. Bella's lovely. Yeah, she's great.
She's really good, and she's doing an internship. So she approached us and said, could I do some kind of work experience internship? She knows she's not really old enough to be a full-time member of staff, but she has been amazing.
Yeah, she has. She's great.
She's really good, isn't she? Yeah. So she's just contemplating a career in the estate agency, and she approached us, so she took the initiative and was proactive. So if this is you or your daughter, son, grandchildren, get them to go and do some work experience, but make sure the agency that you choose is a good agency, or even better, excellent agency, who's already selling beautiful homes. So don't go to an agency that's just kind of like a bit of a churn machine.
Yeah.
Where all the properties are like, you know, where they've got high volume. We're all about low volume, high selectivity, and we're highly hands-on. I think you've noticed that, haven't you, in the first few weeks you've been here?
Definitely. It's different to, I've bought and sold before, and this is completely different to experiences that I've had.
Is it?
So, yeah, totally different experience.
More hand-holding, more kind of,
yes,
you know, going along the emotional roller coaster with the client.
And when people ring up, they just have to say their name and you know who they are. Otherwise, when I've rung agents before and said, "Oh hi," you have to say your name, your address.
What's it regarding?
Exactly. So yeah, I've totally felt that here. Totally different vibe.
I'm glad you feel like that. Okay, so that's my answer.
My next.
I'm reading a book.
Yes.
I've got a book. It's
I'm partway through it.
Has anybody got my book on their desk? No.
No.
It's called The Selective Estate Agent, and it is the best book in the industry, of course, because I wrote it.
It is very good from what I've read so far.
Well, thank you very much.
My next question is how Ashdown Jones use social media to sell
That's a really good question.
houses that might be different.
Oh God, so more to
Sorry,
this
that might be different to other agents.
How do we do it? That's different. You see, some agents are actually really, really good on social media. If you type in like real estate agent on Instagram or even estate agents, you'll find some excellent social media. I think where estate agents get a little bit misled or distracted is when they jump on a trend that is nothing to do with selling houses.
Okay.
Right, so they might jump on a trend that's like, well, I'm going way back now, but do you remember the ice bucket challenge?
Oh yes. Oh my gosh, that was years ago.
It was a long time ago, but there's so many agents jumped on that trend because it just felt like the thing to do at the time. But what does it mean? Nothing.
Yeah, that's very true.
Whereas there's a trend out at the moment. We've not done a post on this. It says it's kind of chic.
Yes.
You've seen that trend?
Yes, I
Like
have.
butter yellow writing. I really
Yeah.
like that trend, and we could use that in the agency. So I think if you're going to use trends, make them relevant and fun and entertaining, but also about houses.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay.
kind of chic to be an estate agent in the Lake District.
It is. It's so
Yeah.
chic. So chic. My next question is, how would you value a unique home?
All our homes are unique, and some of them are really
Yeah.
hard to value. It's true. I mean, I was talking to a gentleman yesterday, and I valued his house, and I said, I'll be really honest with you, I could be wrong by 100, 200,000. Now, most agents, they don't have that margin to be wrong. This was, a multi seven-figure, property. So I could say, look, let's try it at the higher figure because we've got the bandwidth to be able to do that, and then we'll just see what kind of interest we get, because we have very often put a house on at what we think is a really good price and had crickets, and then sometimes we've gone a bit more bold and daring and been flooded.
Yeah.
So it is really hard. I mean, I can give you a stock answer, which is what every agent uses, which is what's for sale in the area that hasn't sold, what's for sale in the area that's getting really good interest, what is the price per square foot for the area, what's sold in the last 3 years, what's the highest price or the ceiling price for the road. There's so many different ways to value. But ultimately, it's got to be a mixture between what we believe we can get interest on that house from, for, and also what else somebody could buy with the same amount of money. Because no two of our homes are at all alike, are they? You've seen some of our homes; they're so different.
So every single one is different, has its own story, has its own lifestyle, has its own people.
So how would you compare a tiny house with lake frontage, which might be exactly the same price as a huge barn conversion with 20 acres? Right? That you can't compare those two.
No, that's very true.
But what I would say is that buyer could buy either if that's their budget. So what else can that buyer buy? And does our house compete well in that market?
Okay.
That's how I do it.
Cool. I've only got 2 more questions.
Okay.
Your top tip or tips to prepare your house for a viewing. So I'm selling my house. I've got some viewings. What are you telling me?
Okay, so what I would say that I think buyers, or sellers, sorry, sometimes miss is how does their house feel? Now that sounds a bit like wishy-washy, doesn't it? But feel can include smell.
Yes, we spoke about this. Is this going to be your top tip?
It might be.
Okay.
Sound.
Yeah.
Road noise, absence of road noise. But also just feel, so maybe light. So when you walk in, can you go, I could see myself living here. When you go to some houses that you just kind of go, I feel at home now. It's usually because the light, the smell and the sound is right for you.
Okay.
Because you get one of those 3 things wrong, so let's say it's really dark, it's a bit doggy, or teenage boys, and I've had one of those, so I know. I've got another one now and a grandson. They're very smelly, aren't they? What was I going to say? Sound. So it could be, you might hear tractors next door, or it might be a building site next door, or it could be a main road. So if like 1 or 2 of those happens on a viewing, straight away you can put off, can't you?
Yeah, and I've found sometimes houses can be too quiet. They feel too
Remote,
remote and not lived in. So I put the radio. There's my own tip. Maybe put the radio on.
Put the radio on.
Depending on the
Bit
sort of house.
of Jack Johnson, bit of Teddy Swims, get into the groove a bit. And also, I think there's nothing. We always ask, of course, our clients if we can do this, but sometimes we might make the buyers a cup of tea. Maybe they've travelled a long way. Maybe they've got kids or dogs, and they're a little bit frazzled. They've got to the viewing late, so we allow loads of time for our viewings. Just sit down, just take a weight off. We've asked the owner if we can make you a cup of tea, and then just kind of feel what the house feels like, because they're going to be standing in that kitchen thinking, can I imagine myself making a meal in this kitchen for my family? Can I imagine myself sitting out on that patio looking out on the view? Yeah. And that's what you've got to allow them to do. If they're just racing around looking at, bedroom tick, utility room tick, they're missing the point really, which is how the house feels to them.
Cool. And last one, what is your favourite thing about being in this industry?
I think that's my favourite colour.
No, it's purple. I already know that.
Okay. My favourite thing about being in this industry is just the people. The people are funny, aren't they? I just love them. They're just, in the last week I've met a couple who have got every kind of animal you could possibly imagine like
yeah.
goats, sheep, you know, pet sheep, pet goats, which is good for me as a vegetarian. Beautiful old dog, Izzy, absolutely, Indy, gorgeous old dog. And like chickens and geese, and oh my god, it was like the good life. It was absolutely amazing. And this couple had such a story to tell of how they've got there. You can meet somebody who is in their 70s, have been in the house for, I talked to a gentleman yesterday, 45 years in the same house. I probably lived in a 40 house in 45 years. And his story is amazing of what the house looked like when he bought it, and how it makes me really emotional to talk to people about their stories of their houses and of their lives in them. I think that's extraordinary. So that is my favourite thing, the people. I'll be honest with you, don't tell anybody, I know I'm live, but I'm not that keen on houses, but I love the people in the houses. So I can help you package up your house to sell it for the best possible price to allow you to move on with the next chapter of your story. That is our zone of genius here at Ashdown Jones, but I don't necessarily want to know about the house, I want to know about you.
Love that. Thank you very much.
It's all warm and fuzzy. It's my pleasure. Thank you, Olivia, for interviewing me. My favourite colour is purple, and maybe like dairy milk kind of purple. So yeah, we'll say goodbye. You can switch that off now. Thank you, Grace. Thank you very much for watching this Ask AJ. We'll have you next week on your favourite topic. In fact, I might interview you.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Bye for now.
Bye.